You know what? Let me pay out the winners while I'm at it. There you go. Congratulations to the winners. All right, we're not gonna set up gambling for this next game because it's already been played. All right, so we're gonna actually make this a triple header tonight. It was gonna be 2 live games, but there's enough time to get this game in. So game number 2 this evening is gonna be the BoLieve Broncos versus Technobabble Incorporated. BB Nut versus AV Unit 2. We've got Nurgle versus Humans. Hooray, Humans! The best faction in all of Blood Bowl. Both of these teams at the top of the Division B, and both have made the cut to the quarterfinals. Probably shouldn't give away the ending, but we already saw it. SP Beaver says, my money is on Human. Fallen Tide, welcome to the stream. Fallen Tide cheering for the Nurgle team. 10 fan factor for Technobabble Link, because everybody loves Humans. $455,000 gold in petty cash going to Technobabble Inc. They're going to pick up Griff Oberwald, a wizard, and 2 coaches. I'm sorry, 1 coach. So Griff taking to the pitch, and a wizard on deck as well. There he is, the man, the myth, the legend, Griff Oberwald. Mr. Rocker Crocker says, I heard the fans were hired actors. All right, so BoLieve Broncos won the coin toss. They are going to choose to be on offense first. Nurgle team is a kill team, very similar to Chaos Chosen team. They've got a couple of things going for them. They have a disturbing presence, which can really effectively shut down a passing game because they stack, right? So you can overlay that disturbing presence and really shut down a passing team's options, which includes a human team. A human team is a jack of all trades team, a master of none. They can run the ball, they can pass, they can bash, they can dodge, they can really kind of do a little bit of everything. But as TV climbs, they get outpaced by the specialist teams. The specialist teams start to out-specialize the human teams. So our goal here, I think, is to it's a fouling frenzy. We get SPP for fouls. So our goal is to really focus on the Pestigors. The Pestigors are the ball carriers. If we can get them off the pitch, we'll be in good shape because we have a speed advantage. We have MA7 with the blitzers. We have a catcher and an MA of 8. Mr. Rocker Crocker says humans and Nurgle are natural enemies like humans and orcs, or humans and elves, or humans and other humans. Stunned by the Broncos, they knock down the Ogre, who was the nose guard for the defense. Chevron formation for the defense. Ball kicked all the way back to the 24-yard line. So what you'll see from the Broncos here, you see what he's doing. He's setting up some protection so he can bring a Pestigor in on a blitz and then move that Pestigor back to safety. Good ball pickup by Bonix. This is a fast Pestigor. 2 extra points of movement. They're normally 6. They're up to an MA of 8. There's that blitz, that pest blitz by JD Morg Killer Whitey. Gets a pal against Abstract Factory. Dodges, tries to dodge back to safety on the rush, but fails the rush and stuns themselves. So that will be a turnover. Electrics Man says, yeah, I drew on it. Look, Telestrator of Doom works through time. SP Beaver says, see, this is where you go wrong. Your goal should be to take the ball like things to the other end of the pitch more times than your opponent. It's true. Jameson says, "Oh, BB Nut, you knew the odds." All right, we're gonna try to force this play in a direction. So we'll take a mark on the right side. We need a Pestigore to go after. There's a foul opportunity here, but I don't think I can get any assists on the foul. Nurgle team is a running team. They don't really have a passing game, so we really but we want to stay in front of the ball, have a defense that's able to reposition and just prevent that ball from moving forward. All the while really focusing on these Pestigores. 4 strength 4 players means there are going to be times where we're going to have to take 1 die blocks or dedicate a bunch of players. But if we dedicate a bunch of players to a block, that's going to inform the Nurgle team where they need to move. And again, they have that very fast Pestigore and Bonix. All right, so we push a player aside so we can get it on the foul. Just no assists on the foul. Straight foul looking for the 9+. Got a 7. So that'll be our turn. Both these teams have made the cut. So another factor for me, I think, in this game is if my players get called off or knocked out, okay, that means they're safe. They're safe for the quarterfinals. But I'm still going to try to win the game. Electric Man says, "Did you see my 40 stream? I didn't, but that's awesome. Thank you very much. That's fantastic. That's amazing." Rot Spawn fails their boneheaded roll. Offensive line pushing away the defensive line, keeping that ball safe. Has the ball all the way down on the 16-yard line. It certainly does, Electric Man. It certainly does, and I will do it, but probably not before season 6. It certainly does, though. All right, we're gonna pick our targets here. Again, those pests are the pests. Shame says, "Be a real shame if his best player gets zapped." Zap was an option, but I think I want to save it for the fireball. Can those pests gore? They can. So you'll notice, by the way, Griff is nowhere to be found. It's because Griff is right down here. Why, you might ask? Because when the game was setting up, I was dicking around with my Steam Deck. I was reformatting an SD card that I put in it. It's like, oh, I gotta click a button. Whoops. That's money real spent. Real spent? Well spent. SB Beaver says the real question is, where's Morg? So if I went in with Morg, right? So like, as a human team, I would have played to my opponent's weaknesses, and I felt picking up Morg meant I'd have to get into the fist fight with him. Like, I'd need to try to play the bash game against a team that can out-bash me, and in order to do that with Morg, I also need to keep Morg safe, because he's going to use his claws. He's got a player with claws, and he would absolutely gun down Morg. Do you smell burning toast? Dude, I block against HDR 10. Gets no armor break out of this. So we got a lockdown on the Pestigore that we targeted. Pal against Merrick. This is the rookie human lineman we picked up as a journeyman. He was a journeyman. We hired him onto the roster as he had 2 SPP. Stun the ogre yet again. And now 2-die block over on the right, in the right wide zone against DTO. Gets a stun here. Two-die block against ambient occlusion will be a 9+ to break armor. So he's got a couple of options with this team, right? He can run with the strength 4 guys and a strong cage, or he can run with a fast cage with the Pestigors. Moves the Pestigor, Bonix, the ball carrier Pestigor, up to the Nurgle 4-yard line. Again, there's that blitz with that Pestigor. Comes in for the blitz and then runs right back to safety. In this case, keeping the block guardsman marked. Turn 3 now for Technobabble Inc. First order of business here is to just set up our actual defense, then we'll stand up our players. Probably going to mark here so I can get the 1 die. It's actually going to be a 2 die with Frenzy. Here with my killer blitzer. So that's my killer blitzer over here is the blitzer with Frenzy, Mighty Blow, Block, and Tackle. Number 7, Catcher, is going to be the safety here. Partially because he's strength 2, partially because he's fast with sidestep. He's a blodger with sidestep. Here's a stand-up blitz. 1 die blitz into a push. We'll take that, and we'll get a 1 die follow-up. Spend the reroll. That didn't work out. We really wanted that knockdown so we could keep moving that blitzer and threaten the ball carrier. Ended up with a skull, and now turn 4 for the Broncos. Armor break over in the right wide zone. Gets another stun out of this. 2 die against Merrick. This will work out. Another armor break. And there's the removal. First removal of the day is a KO. How you doing over there, Griff? Just counting your money over there on the sideline? 2 die blitz against doubly linked list. This is the thrower. And the thrower's KO. All right. All right, that's a safe thrower. I'm fine. That's fine by me. And now tags that murderer here. He can go in for the foul, but also that killer blitzer, right, by being marked this way, can't really get away. It's a risky dodge away. It's a 4+ to a 3+. 2 die block against ambient occlusion. This will be a pal. Looking for a 9+ by Cauliflower. Got it. There's another removal. 2 SPP for Cauliflower. And a 2-man player advantage for the Broncos. Ball carrier retreats back to the Nurgle 20-yard line. So Bonix playing it safe. Tried to foul out the killer, but got nothing out of it. Did not get called off the pitch. Had 3 assists on that foul. Ogre fails the boneheaded rolls, so can't control midfield. Trying to decide who we want to lock down here, right? So if we want to play the speed and edge game, we don't want to give up too many blocks, and we don't want to give up blocks for no reason. But if we can lock, right now he's spread out pretty thin. So if we can lock down these bloaters so that they can't really regroup, then he's going to have a tough time getting this ball across this line of scrimmage. Blitz on the Pestigor on the right side, no armor break, and now we've got a player behind the line of scrimmage, and that'll be our turn. Wizards still on deck. Turn 5 for the Broncos as we start the second quarter of play. The Broncos are going to move that ball Right back up to their 4-yard line. Remember, that's an MA8 Pestigore. You can see what he's trying to do here, right? He's trying to set up the protection to move the ball this way. Blitz on the right side. Gets the POW. 8+ breaks armor due to claws. This is JD Moore Killer Whitey. There's the armor break. And got rid of one of the mighty blow blitzers. 3-man player advantage now for the Nurgle team. Three-die block over in the left wide zone against polymorphism. He'll get another block out of this. He won't be able to follow up due to fend. Here's the second block coming up. 2-die block and another push, and we'll fend so he can't follow up here as well. Fend a skill we randomed into with that lineman. Turn 5 now for Technobabble Inc. So the ball yet to cross the line of scrimmage here in the first half. Ogre's going to stand up and try to control center field here. Ogre with a strength of 5. Being the big guy with that boneheaded roll, boneheaded nega trait, losing those tackle zones could be huge. So not rolling dice with that big guy, it's always a decision to roll dice. An important decision whether or not to roll dice with the big guy. Moob says, how's your team looking for the Philosopher's Song match? Not great. But I think I'll have a better time against lizards than I would against Nurgle or like a leveled up Chaos team. But it's not looking good. One die blitz. All right, we've got a target on a pest. I think this is worth it. A follow-up would be an uphill block. So that's always a concern. But we still have a wizard on deck. Here we go. 1-die block. 1-die blitz. Let's go. Let's go, boys. You know what? We'll take it. He'll wrestle us to the ground, but that's one pest that's not going to be able to follow him. So that pest has lost 3 points of movement. If that pest were to protect the ball carrier, then the ball carrier is effectively restricted to 3 points of movement. Turn 6 now for the Broncos. Yeah, you can see them setting up that protective pocket here. 2-die blitz against the Ogre. Gets the knockdown. 8+ breaks armor. There's the removal. The Ogre out of the game. 5-man player advantage? 5-man player advantage now for the Broncos. 2-die block against polymorphism is not going to work out. He'll take them both down. And it turns out it works out. 6-man player advantage for the Nurgle team. 2 turns left for the offense. Moop says it's possible that Odin takes the #1 spot, but it required them winning and Philosopher's Song losing. I think that would be a significantly worse matchup for me, honestly. I mean, the Lizard team's great. It's really strong, and they're both great coaches, obviously. But I think I would prefer to take on the Lizard team than the Norse team. I mean, the Norse team is brittle, but I think I'd have a harder time against the Norse team. All right, with just 2 turns, we have 3 turns remaining, but the offense only has 2 turns. We're going to keep that safety in position. One die blitz against the ball carrier. Here we go. 1 die blitz. We get into a skull. We roll the POW. 8 plus breaks armor with Mighty Blow. There's the armor break on Bonix. And the ball's going to bounce to the 2-yard line. That ball not secured by the human team at all. But now he's got another pest here that's down 3 points of movement. Turn 7 for the Broncos. They've got a block on that killer blitzer. They're going to take it as a blitz. 2-die blitz. They get a push. That's fine. Broncos with 1 reroll remaining. Rube says it's going to be really interesting to see how the Norse team looks after going up against New Marino's Orcs. It will indeed. A POW against stored procedure. Another armor break. That's a stun. 2-die block against Singleton. So he's far enough downfield with this pocket that he doesn't really need to reposition it. So I need to start thinking about not taking the marks anymore because he doesn't. This is so far downfield that if he ends up with the ball carrier here, he can score, right? So it's less the marks. You take the marks to lock down the slow players, right? So they can't really go anywhere. But when he doesn't need to go anywhere, then I have to start thinking about actually taking blocks and exerting tackle zones. Failed pickup spends the final reroll here on the pickup and is able to double rush this ball downfield to the opposing 12-yard line. Turn 7 now for Technobabble Inc. Wizards still on the table. So the easiest way to get in on this cage would be here. Whoops. Would be here. Stop moving the camera, me. So we probably want to... Yeah, we probably want to take the block or the blitz here. Now, I could have taken it here with this guy. We fail the dodge and we succeed. He's a strength 3 versus strength 2. But clearly I didn't do that. I didn't want the push in this way. But it doesn't matter. We get the POW anyway with the catcher. I decided to follow up to take the mark. I don't know if I didn't follow up, I didn't have enough players downfield to really cover the ball carrier. So I take the mark here instead. And I'm going to rely on the wizard. So I have a wizard target here. And if I can get that pest down, I'm in pretty good shape to stop the score. Nope. Got absolutely nothing out of the wizard. So now we need to hope he fails a die roll with no rerolls remaining. Yeah, that's fair move. I should have gone. Thank you, Alexa. I should have gone straight behind him, for sure. Alexa, be quiet. My goodness. So now he's cleared the ball carrier. And we'll take the score here, 1-0. Very well done by BB9. One to 0 the score. Oh, the BoLieve Broncos cheerleaders. The beautiful, the elegant Broncos cheerleaders. Mr. Rocker Crocker lowered the rush failure rate. Unfortunately, the Broncos were able to rush into the end zone and score. So I believe it's 11v8 on the pitch in favor of the Broncos. 1 turn remaining in the first half here. So we're going to try to get a removal here unless there's a timeout. Then we can try to score. But we don't have a whole lot of players to really set up that score. But we'll put the catcher on the line of scrimmage anyway, just in case. We'll move the thrower back a space. We'll see what happens. I got really confused here when I played. I ended up. I didn't understand why I had uphill blocks, but again, it's been a long day. But you'll see here shortly. Like I was like, why is this an uphill block? I don't get it. Oh, because he had guard too. That's why. I was like, I don't understand why. I thought I had 2-9 blocks down the line, but he has guard. And there's the timeout, so we could get on the board here. Ball kicked pretty deep, though, to the 24-yard line. Getting this into the hands of the catcher is going to be tricky. That catcher has to be in scoring position on this turn. That means the catcher has to get at least 3 spaces downfield. MA8 plus 2 is 10, plus 3 is 13. That is the distance from the line of scrimmage to the end zone. So we get the knockdown, break armor on the right side. We didn't get anything out of it. I didn't follow up because I didn't think I needed it. Then I start clicking on players. I'm like, why are these uphill blocks? I don't understand this. How are these all uphill blocks? It doesn't make any sense. So I'm like, all right, well, let's figure out how to score. Catcher will move downfield. We don't want to get pushed out of scoring range. So we need to get a little further than 3 spaces. And then we need to figure out where we want to end up with the thrower. So we'll only rush if that can get us into a closer throwing range. There's 4 ranges. There's quick pass. I keep clicking on these. What's going on? Why is that an uphill block? I don't understand. But there's quick pass, short pass, and long bomb. So if we can get from a long pass to a short pass, we'll do it. Otherwise, we won't risk the rushes. 24 seconds ago in turn 7 for Technobabble Inc. So I'm counting. So that's a long pass. So I can't make it a safer pass. So we'll try to move this. We'll do it from here. Here we go. Free reroll on the pickup. Works out. Here's the pass. Need a 50-50. This is 75% with the free reroll. Nope. The ball goes out of bounds. Just throw it right back behind me. So now we're no longer in scoring range here. Wanted to try to make that pass instead. Probably should have moved the catcher downfield first because the thrower could always move on their turn. All right. Well, I think our best play at this point is to foul the bloater on the right side. I was so bewildered. I was like, I don't understand why this is a 2-9 uphill block. So really, I'm trying to find out who I want to foul with. And then I'll take the block. So I decided to end up fouling with the block lineman, which is a risk. Should have just done it with the regular lineman. But I think the regular lineman ended up being a rush. Frenzy follow up here. We'll get the knockdown. Looking for a 9+. We got the 9+. But didn't get anything out of it. All right, here's the foul. 3 assists on the foul. 7+ to break armor. There's the armor break, but didn't get anything. So that'll be the end of the half. 1-0. The Broncos in the lead. Technobabble Inc. will be on offense to start the second half of the game. See if they can get on the board. KO is going to come back, so it'll be 11v9 on the pitch, 2-man player advantage for the Nurgle team. Griff overall taking the pitch. Such a mistake forgetting Griff in the first drive of the game. Chevron defense for the Broncos, very similar to the defense that the human team set up in the first half of the game. In fact, I think it's identical. So screening out the pitch from the human team. The human team was at the speed advantage. 3 blitzers remaining on the pitch. They have an MA of 7. The catcher in that light blue, that teal color here, has an MA of 8. Griff overall, the halfback. We pull in the wings a little tighter here since we're down a few players. Onside kick by the Broncos. That's fine. Griff Oberwald is an Edge 2 player. So we'll just have Griff pick that ball up and bring it back to the catcher. Or bring it back to the thrower, rather. BB Nut protecting the pass. I should have put the killer on the left side here. Like, this guy should be over here so he can go in on the blitz here, but still a risky blitz. So at this point, I want to play it on the speed angle of my team. So I'm fine locking down his line. So if he wants to take the block on my lineman, that's fine. That means it's three high-strength players I don't need to worry about, at least yet. Dead Prof with the follow. Thank you very much. Welcome to the stream. Here in game number 2 of our triple header this evening. This game pre-recorded, but game 1 was live. Game 3 will be live as well. Game 3 coming up will be Goblins versus... Who's up tonight? Let's see who's up tonight. Goblins versus Lizards. Pips Pippy. The Hall of Mauler himself. Mr. Rocker Crocker lowering the rush failure rate from 900% to 99%. I appreciate it. Thank you. 2+ pickup is no problem for Griff Oberwald. So we'll just swap positions here. The thrower will move up into the halfback position. 5 seconds left on the bonus clock here. On the regular clock here for Technobabble Inc. Technobabble Inc. a few seconds into the bonus clock. So between these two teams, only 9 seconds eaten up on the bonus clock. Turn 9 now for the Broncos. So we need to give ourselves options. If we're going to play into the speed game, we're going to have to break free, right? So we could do that in a couple of ways, right? We could try to, let's say, control the pitch, say here for a turn, where we've locked down enough players where we can move down a field this way. We could send the catcher loose where he's going to have to pull back a player or two to cover the catcher. But what we don't want to do is set up a tight cage, and then with his player advantage and the fact that he wants to hit us, he gets a lot of blocks and he just destroys the cage, and we lose the ball. So you can see he's coming in and taking the marks, as he should. Here's the Pestigore Blitz. 2-die blitz. It's a both standing result against HCR10, the killer. Fails the really stupid roll on Mark Cloud, the Rot Spawn, the big guy. And now turn 10 for Technobabble Inc. Technobabble Inc. almost stopping the score in the first half. The fireball would have worked out. We would have got it. But our catcher was mispositioned. And the Nurgle team was able to get on the board. So now really were looking to draw this game. Take the 1 die against JD Moore Killer Whitey. We re-roll into double skulls. That is a null turn for Technobabble Inc. Turn 10 for the Broncos. Trouble is a brewing. Plenty of re-rolls as well. Two-die block against data transfer object. Here's a knockdown on the center. 2 die on polymorphism. Gets the knockdown here. Breaks armor. Gets a stun. 2 die against Merrick, the rookie lineman. Trying to encircle the offensive line. 2 die block on the right side against Stored Procedure will be a pal. No armor breaks. Stored Procedure injured. +1 to the injury roll if the armor breaks. Now here comes the Nurgle team on the right side. The Bloater on the right side applying pressure. Removal on the left side. That's another blitzer removed. 2 blitzers left on the pitch now for Technobabble Inc. 2 blitzers and a catcher if we're going to play the speed game. Holy moly. Well, we do have Griff as well. Griff is pretty fast. All right, so we have an opportunity here to swing this ball up this way, and then probably swing the catcher this way, and we have an opportunity to score. Now, he can lock this down, but with any luck, we can get the ball carrier free on the next turn and get this ball downfield. We don't have to throw it. We can hand it off. We don't even need to hand it off. We could set this. It's going to depend on where he positions his players, but like if he leaves this wide open, we can just cut across with the ball carrier. The first business is for this block to work out. So 1 die stand up blitz, it does work out. We get the POW. All right. Now we need to figure out where we want this protection to be. It's going to be pretty weak protection, but it'll be something. It's better than being under pressure where we are in the position we are right now. Deciding whether I want to end up marked or not. I think, yeah, I decide to end up marking that lineman. So now Griff Oberwald on the rush. 2+ dodge to 2 rushes. No problem, thanks to Mr. Rocker Crocker lowering the rush failure rate. Trying to figure out where we want the thrower to be. We're going to try to lock down, this bloater so he can't get in on the play. That killer blitzer on the 3+, we're going to try to cover Griff. Failed the 3+ dodge. The reroll saves it. And now we can swing this catcher out this way. So that's 2 3+ dodges with a free reroll. I didn't like where he was. I wanted to pull back a Pestigore to cover him, so I went for the 2 rushes. Those worked out. Now I'll turn 11 for the Broncos. So now he has to cover here. He has to cover here. Two-die blitz against HCR10 works out by JD Moore Killer Whitey. Breaks armor. Gets a stun. And there's a mark on the ball carrier. We can clear that rear lineman. That's a 2+. It's an edge 2+ dodge away, but the rot spawn comes in with the tentacles. And so that rot spawn, if we fail the tentacles roll, We will be locked in place with that ball carrier. We will not be able to get away. I think that's going to come down to a 4+. Deny block on the thrower will be a POW. Cauliflower on the block. There's the armor break. This is a good armor break. If we can't get away from... Wow. Even better now with the KO. If we can't get away from this rot spawn, we're in a lot of trouble. Yeah, so we keep the thrower on the pitch just to have players to play with. Turn 12 now for Technobabble Inc. So the catcher has dodge, but is marked by a tackle player. That works out. I pull the catcher back in instead of dodging out the Fen lineman. Now we got the 1 die here. We'll get a push on Rolf. And now it's going to be a 3+ dodge to a 3+ dodge to a 2+ dodge if I want to go through that. Let's call it a lane. Said we're going to go for the blitz and unfortunately failed the tentacle roll. Holy moly. Wasn't a 4+, was a 5+. And so, well, I shouldn't say it was failed. It BB Nut rolls that, and he succeeded the tentacles roll. So now we're in trouble. now we're in trouble. So now we're going to try to mark out that Pestigore. And now turn 12 for the BoLieve Broncos. Final turn of the 3rd quarter. Move said BB Nut activating his streamer dice. So if this turn goes the way it should, our strategy is going to change to let's try to stay alive. I still will play, but not super aggressively if this turn goes awry, because there's no point in like making big risky rolls if it's just going to lose me the game and put me in a worse position for the quarterfinals. More taking on the catcher. And now BB Nut looking to surf Griff Oberwald. Succeeds on Pro. Hunting for a knockdown, gets a push instead. Here's the blitz. Just needs a push to surf Griff. There it is. Well done. Griff Oberwald taken off the pitch. Ball's going to get thrown back in. Uh-huh. All right. Into the hands of Masterman the Bloater. So now the Strength 4 Bloater in possession of the ball. Another human lineman removed. 4th quarter begins for Technobabble Inc. Now if we want to recover this ball, we've got to get through a Strength 4 player with a foul appearance and the block skill. Failed dodge into a KO. That's fine. He's safe now. Catcher's safe. Lives to fight another day. Turn 13 for the Broncos. Two-die block against HDR 10. This is a PAL. Can he get this blitzer off the pitch on an 8+? No. Not too many humans left on the pitch. It's not a whole lot we can do at this point. We just really want to survive. Maybe pick up some SPP along the way. 3-die block against stored procedure. It's nothing but a knockdown out of this. Hands off the ball to the other bloater. 50-50 handoff works out. Two-die block against DTO will be a push. Marks out the thrower, the prone thrower. Turn 14 for Technobabble Inc. Trying to pick up some SPP on stored procedure here. I don't know why I didn't just re-roll that. I was afraid I would roll into skulls or something. So we're giving up the block downfield. I was just afraid he would bring that Pestigore in to block somebody else that I don't want him to block. So he can take the lineman. That's fine. Did blitz and store procedure is going to work out. 8+ to break armor. And it takes the block on DTO. That's fine. DTO can live or die. He means nothing to me. Got the pal here. Breaks armor. Doesn't get any SPP out of it. Got the KO though. Ball very well protected at this point. Two-die against Merrick will not will work out. He gets the knockdown. Turn 15 now for Technobabble Inc. Dodge and rush all day, baby. Let's go. One die blitz on. Move the Pestigore. We're going to get a knockdown here. We need a 9+ to break armor. Too bad you didn't kill me. Nope. No, I did not. Followed up, had to dodge away. Had to dodge away one way or another. Shamestone says, your sideline looks strangely familiar. It sure does. HCR10 gets away from the rot spawn, back to safety. Turn 15 for the Broncos. Blitz on the poor thrower. 3-die blitz on the thrower. Will get the knockdown, and 8+ will break armor. But doesn't get the armor break. I didn't understand this move with the ball carrier at all. It felt like he was showing off or something. But moves the ball carrier towards center field here. Or maybe he was like goading me to go after him or something, and then he could get blocks. I'm not sure. Should I stand up blitz against Moob? We got rerolls. Why not spend them? Quad pushes. All right. Well, if you're gonna move the ball carrier there, I guess we'll try something. So this guy's going to move up into this space here. And the problem with this is what we've talked about before, right? Filling this box. So by doing this, he can bring a player in here and chain push the ball carrier to safety. Four plus, 3 plus. HCR10 is just going to run for his life. And this will be the final turn of the game. But BoLieve, Broncos in the lead 1-0. They're going to try to make it 2-0 here. There's that box filled in. And now the blitz to clear the ball carrier. A push is enough. And the BoLieve Broncos are going to win this one 2-0. Well done by BB Nut. BB Nut currently the number 2 seed in the competition. Very well done. It's going to finish out Division B in first place. The BoLieve Broncos, the current Chaos Cup champions, the current Spike Magazine Trophy champions. They're going to be looking to become the new Dungeonbowl champions as well. One more look at the lovely BoLieve Broncos cheerleaders. Congratulations once again to BoLieve Broncos finishing out Division B in first place. We'll take a look at these final screens and then we'll kick over to the countdown or something. We'll figure it out for game number 3 this evening. So let's see here. Statistics in the game. Let's see. He inflicted 20 injuries. We inflicted 4. 58 blocks against 18. That was to be expected. We did 2 fouls. Oh, did I not go through the different pages? Wow, he got so much SPP off of me. There we go. That's it. We succeeded. We succeeded on all 9 rushes. We did really good on our dodges too. This is way over odds. We should have failed more of those. I know, that was ridiculous. Like I was not owed that dodge rate. That dodge rate was insanity. All right. All right, let's see. Where are we at? We're at 9:32. So I guess what we'll do, we've eaten up as much time as possible. The next game's not scheduled to start for 27 minutes. So I think what we'll do is we will what are we gonna do? Let's You know what? Here's what I'll do. I'll queue up some random game for like the next 7 minutes, just so something's happening. And then we'll kick over to the 10-minute timer about 7 minutes from now. And then after that, we'll have a full pregame for game number 3 this evening, like usual. So grab something to drink, get something to eat. We'll see you back here in 17 minutes for game number 3 this evening. Goblins versus Lizards. Pips Pippy himself in the final game of the season for the Pip Stars. We'll catch you back here in a few minutes.